Hi, Joe Cerrone.
Al Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 117, Intermediate AutoCAD, in our weekly Zoom classroom meeting. This week, we're going to continue Module 2 and create the 3D models of the parts that we created of these geometries, these shapes. We do have a number of links before we get started. Anything that's in purple is a video. This is the video lecture from last semester. And we go through how to create these components using multi-view drawing techniques. And so the lecture is there. And then we go into how to create these parts for our two-dimensional multi-view drawings. And today we're going to show you how to model those drawings. So switching back, if we come back over to our software, we have these parts that we created. And so we're going to create the models of those. I'm going to go to a top view. And in the top view, I've created the geometries for these objects. There's a layer here called dot that we can turn off if we need to. I like to create a layer for the modeling, and so I'll create a new layer. I'll call it 3D, and then we can choose a color for that. Something a little bit contrasting to the white. And since I've already got green, let's go with something like that. Make it current. Make your colors by layer. And then if I were to model this part right here, what I would do is I would copy it from this endpoint, and then I'd establish a place out here on the side of the drawing in model space. I would go and take a look at how many units deep this part is. And so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back over to our component, our widget, southeast isometric. And what I would do would be to press, pull, or extrude it. Now you can switch over to a workspace, a 3D workspace. And then you'll have access to the commands, or you can put a toolbar on. We're going to use press pull. What press pull will do is it'll create a region and then run the extrude command. And so we can bring that up until it goes to 4. And then we can rotate it by clicking on it. Something happened. Rotate it. There we go. About the x-axis, the red is x, the green is y. Doesn't really matter. You can visually kind of see what it is we're doing here. And so we can just rotate that. You want to rotate that until it tracks north. And then if you want, you can move it off of the sketch geometry by clicking on these rockets. And then you can get rid of the geometry there. They're pretty straightforward when we look at most of these objects. You need to determine what view is best. So as I look to select this, I can say copy. And I can use some selection techniques like WP for window polygon, which will allow me to kind of trace a shape around the boundary. And I'll copy it from a base point here. And I just like to lay them out kind of next to each other like that. And then we'll go and take a look at how big this object is. My grids are fading on me. Can't quite see them. They're back. They're gone. There we go. So we'll make that 6 units. You really can't extrude or press pull in that view. You have to go to an isometric. And then you can't press pull with a center line or you'll get chunks of it. So you'll get something like this, which kind of looks cool, but we can just get rid of that. And then press pull that 6 units up. Hit enter. And then you can 3D rotate that geometry with the rotate gizmo. Wasn't that one of the Muppet characters, Al?
I believe so.
I don't think it's Gizmo. It's something with a G, though.
Yeah.
All right. So as you go through and you model these, they're all pretty straightforward. If you do have any questions on modeling them, the pyramid can be a little tricky. We're not going to spoil everything. We'll let you guys try those, but I will give you a heads up on it. If you use the pyramid command like this, it makes it a lot easier. And then if you use sub-object editing, I'm just going to throw it up. I don't know. Let's just say 4. Control click. And then you can grab the sub-object. Control click. Grab the sub-object. I didn't quite get it. It's on the other side. Shift click. It was shift click. And I'm getting a little bit of a glitch on it here, but we can come back to that. I'm sure we can get that to work as we get into working with this. I think it's just my graphics card is giving me some time at this 7 o'clock at the evening component.
Or try wireframe for it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's make it work. It's control click. That's why I was shift clicking it. You're the best, Al. There it is. So the other ones are pretty straightforward. This one will be a challenge. This one here, because it's got a bit of a shape that's been pulled out of it. If we were to look at how to draw that, you kind of have to read the drawing. You can press pull this one up this high and press pull this one up this high. That would actually work pretty fast. So if I was going to do that, model it, what I would do is I would move it, copy it, WP, window polygon, trace a little perimeter. Hit enter. Give it a base point. And then put it over by the rest of them. Doesn't want to cooperate today. I'm going to do it over here because I can see I'll need to use the print. So we'll put it over here. And then we'll press pull the individual components. And so we can press pull this one. And we can go up 2. And then we can press pull this one. And we'll go up 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5. So I think that would be 7. Is that high? Too high? I think it's 5. Say 5. And that would complete that. Not quite. We've got a little bit of some geometry down here. So if it's not quite perfect, you can put a rectangle in the bottom here. And so you can rectangle, click here, and click there. And then I probably should have done that in wireframe. And then we should be able to extrude that up. And what is it? 2 units. There we go. And then you want to use a Boolean operation like union to put everything together. Otherwise, things will come apart. Depending how complex the drawing is and geometry is. So we've selected the objects, enter, my computer's glitching. There it goes. All right. Okay, so that's our video instructions in our weekly Zoom meeting. You can use Paperspace to show and display how the 2D views look, and then a separate one for the 3D. Back to our main splash page. Somewhere here, there we are. And I think that'll do it, Al. Is there anything else that we need to add to this week's Zoom meeting?
No, if they have any questions, please make sure to email it to us. Or when you send something in to us, you don't want it graded on the assignments, please do so.
Sounds good. So that wraps it up for this week. We'll see you back online next week. Have a good day.
Have a nice weekend. Bye now.